Good evening, guys. It is 5:30 p.m., which means it's time for Gist, Banter, all that is trending and exclusive on social media. You're watching Afia TV official on Afia TV. My name is Favor Obingaluba, your official Gist buddy, and welcome to Tuesday's episode of Afia TV official. Let's see what is making the good people of social media react, buzz, talk, all of the discourses that we're seeing on social media. And of course, I mostly do not do this alone because I did it alone yesterday. But I mostly do not do this alone. I'm here with Daisy Onwuka, who is a leader and a content creator. How are you doing?
I'm good, thank you. Good evening.
Good evening. Thank you for coming.
Thank you.
Daisy Onwuka. Onwuka. I feel like I'm losing my touch. Because when it comes to, I feel I have a gift to know places that people come from their surnames. So I'm thinking Onwuka is Anambra.
You're correct. That's actually really cool. I always admired that talent.
Yeah, that's my talent.
That's
Other
cool.
people can sing, other people can dance. I can tell where people come from their surnames. It is what it is. How did I get here, you may ask?
How did you get
I don't know, man. I don't know, but I don't know how I think I got here. But I just feel like I think let me not give people a tip.
Okay.
No, let me not give a tip. It will sound really stereotypical.
Give it to me. Give it to me. Yes.
So how you would know somebody's from Anambra? The surnames are usually a lot more complex. They have very deep surnames. When you hear any surname, any Igbo surname that is deep, that means getting too stereotypical. But if you hear a surname that sounds really deep and it's mostly Anambra. Mostly Anambra. If it is not Anambra, it will be Imo. Now, Enugu surnames are usually, first of all, they're usually short. Second of all, they're usually very common. Like, a lot of them have the same surnames. Anambra surnames, they are common, but their common surnames are very popular, like Okafo. Those are like their Okafo, Okonkwo, those are Okoronkwo, those are their popular surnames sometimes. But Enugu surnames and the funny thing is that you can even tell where in Enugu that person is from that surname compared to like Anambra and other places. Yes. For surnames like Ugu, Ugu can also be it can also be an Enugu surname. Asogwa, Enugu surname. Namani, Enugu surname. Odo, Enugu surname. And these places are sometimes they are from Nsukka. I feel like I'm going to because like this girl, how do you know all this? But yeah, so Ebonyi surnames on the other hand, like when you hear an Ebonyi surname, it's usually you can't really tell. It's like it's a mix of South sometimes, some South surnames as well. Like it sounds like a South surname. You can't really tell what it is.
Yeah.
Surnames from Abia State is usually it has a deep meaning, but it's usually, I don't know whether to use the word comical.
Okay.
Comical. Like you hear an Abia person's surname, you're like, okay.
Sounds kind of funny.
It sounds kind of funny, but it now has like a deep meaning to it and all of that. It's sometimes comical, but it's also like really deep. But Anambra surname is really deep, and followed by Imo sometimes. Then Abia can be comical. Then Enugu is really popular. It's like really popular surnames, and you just get it from there. I don't know. Maybe if you hear from this and you don't understand it, I cannot explain it to you. But then people from South, they have like, once you see somebody's surname, in Nigerian person's surname is English. Peter, Jones. Those are quite born people, man. Those are people from the South.
Wow.
That's how it is. I also can tell people from the West as well too. I have a gift, guys. I really do have a gift. But let's move to things that more matters are rising. And Nigerians are complaining about the electricity tariff, and it is also going to be increased again in October. So yes, yay to widening the tax net.
Yay.
But now Nigerians are really complaining about the electricity tariff. It is getting out of hand. The way the tab is out of hand, literally out of hand. So it's getting out of hand, and it was increased in July. I know the crazy thing is that you don't really even know, and that's one of the sad things. You don't really know that these things are increasing. All you can just tell is that Not be 5k light I buy yesterday. 5k light no dey last again.
Yeah.
Do you understand? That's all you know. But they are increasing these things, on their own end, and Nigerians don't even know. 5k light no dey last again. Normally 5k light to like last you like a month, depending. Now use 5k light that is lasting you like 4 days. It's an abomination to turn on your air conditioner. Like, who are you? Who are you? Who is coming to visit you? Who is coming to visit you that are turning your air conditioning? Do you understand? So nowadays the weather is even cool. So I think that's the way Nigerians know. And then October, I think we bought light, like, when was that? And like I think 2,000 naira light, and it finished in a whole day. I'm like, 2k light in one day. Do you understand? So it's everybody's now doing mopol, doing vigilante. Please turn off that thing. It's really, really crazy. And then this whole band A, band B, band C, bandits, abandoned, all those different bands that we keep seeing every single time. But let's take a look at the comments before Daisy gives us our expert electrical.
Of course.
Nigeria is the only country that this kind of increment will happen and people will just keep quiet. How can you give 4 units for 1k? How many minutes that one will last? Because of band A, how? I usually use 110k monthly without ACO, but when you bypass, if they catch you, you pay 50k fine. I said to bypass, they do routine checks every 2 to 3 months. I'll be paying the fine. My patriotism no water. This band A is draining. I'm tired, honestly. You said we don't want if giving us steady electricity comes with our blood as price. I beg, I feel come up from band A. Electricity bill don't cost past house rent. I laugh who tell you say band no the other countries. T-paying for a reason. He won't rest until people stop dropping dead like flies on the road. I like how Tinubu is overtaxing the rich. The other one, fuel gas, 12.5 kg, 19k, come online, come complain. When you wonder why the country doesn't have a steady supply of electricity, it's because some people make money from keeping the country in darkness. Even with the band A, no steady lights. Why are they making electricity look like luxury just so they can charge an arm and leg for it? Plus, it shouldn't be by force to be in band A. There is no justification for having different bands. Power is rated in kilowatts, which is simply the quantity of power you use per hour. If you use more hours of light and more appliances, you pay more. This banding is like telling someone driving a V6 engine should pay more per liter than someone driving a 4 plus, whatever that means, because I know absolutely nothing about cars. I don't know what that means. But I feel like the person is saying what they should charge people based on what they are using and not just because they are in different bands and all of that. What's your whole take on the whole band A, band B, and or the band that
Okay, so just to confirm, the different bands have different price ranges for their light, so or they get more frequency of light.
Frequency?
They get more frequency.
Frequency more, yeah.
Okay. Well, I think it's really sad. I think when the tariff ban thing started, in my mind, I was like, yeah, you're having more lights, but at the same time, you're paying more money.
Yes.
So it's supposed to look like a good thing, but it's not. You're still paying for it at the end of the day. On one hand, you feel like at least you're not buying 4, but then on the other hand, you're getting more charges for the same electricity that's supposed to be something everybody's enjoying. It's really sad and very worrisome because now my father has, you cannot have light on in my house again. AC who? What is AC? I'm sorry, we don't have AC again. It's crazy, but God help us.
And another thing, the way that I see it, and the way, because for you to say you want to start to do band or whatever, band A, band B, is this not? I see it as a band discrimination.
It is. That's what it is.
This is a bandial discrimination.
It is.
Because what do you mean that, I'm not worthy of 24 hours light because of where I stay? Am I being discriminated because of my location? I can't afford to live in the estate, so because of that, I'm being poor shamed.
That's exactly what it is.
I feel like the way this band A, band B, band C thing is poor shaming.
Very proud poor shaming.
It's poor shaming, it's broke shaming, it's band shaming, and it is discrimination against people who cannot afford to live in better houses. As someone who is unfortunately not in band A, I feel broke shamed. I feel broke shamed. I get a fair enough amount of light, amount of electricity, and I'm not ungrateful. I thank God for what I cut my coat according to my size. I don't like to do too much, but I also feel like, what do they have that I don't have? Money, but okay, it's not my fault.
I mean,
it's
not your fault. It's okay. Calm down. It's okay. I'm so sorry.
I do my best.
I'm so sorry.
I do my best.
It's okay.
I have clean money. Every money that comes into my account can be accounted for.
That's amazing.
My hands are clean.
I see.
let's move to the next story. Well, moving on to people whose hands are not clean, we have so I'm going to, I know at this point in time you know about Justice for Christiana. This happened sometime last month, where Christiana was killed by her friend, a church member, was killed by a church member. She was missing for a couple of days. And when she was finally found, she was already like dead. She was already dead. Her funeral was a couple of days, actually. It was a couple of days ago, and she's the only child of her mother.
Wow.
Her mother is a widow as well, and her killer is her church member, Ayomide Adeleye, who killed her because he was broke. Yeah. So now, basically, we've heard from we already know the story about Christiana's death, and what really happened. But he now told us that he has come out to really say what happened, from his own end. So what happened was Christiana, they knew each other, they grew up together, they've known each other for 3 years in church. Okay. So she was texting him because he repairs phones as well. So she was texting him, she was like, hey, how far now? When are you coming back from school? Because he was in a different university. So when I come back from school, I want to repair my phone. And obviously, when your friend does something, because she has repaired her phone for her before. So when your friend does something, you already know that, your friend will give you a discount. Let me wait for my friend to do it. So she's like, when are you coming? And he finally says, I'm on my way. He comes and they work together and whatnot. Yeah. So they work together. She comes and it's okay, repair the phone. And then he sees, it wasn't really a big problem. It was like a battery problem and a screen problem. And so she was like, I don't have money to do one of the two. I can't remember. I don't have money to do one of the two. Just do this one. And then the bright idea to kill her, because he had like some financial challenges and he wanted to get ransom off of her and all of that. And so next thing, he pounced on her. She was very unsuspecting because, he's your friend. He's your friend. You trust him. It's not like as if, you went to go and see man, like people were saying, went to go and see man, and then from there, he was very unsuspecting. This is her friend now. So she, was watching a TikTok video and was very unsuspecting, and then he killed her. So there was literally no resistance because, like I said, she was very unsuspecting. So he killed her, and when he killed her, he took a picture of her and whatnot, and then took a picture of her. I think later in the night, sent to her mom rather, to raise money and everything from. And he had already killed her when he was trying to collect this ransom. It was not like as if he kidnapped her; he had already killed her. So was able to get 350,000 naira, 360,000 naira in total for them to send to a bet account, sporty bet account, I think. And then you cannot cash out from any of these accounts without your NIN. They need like a proper verification. So when he puts in his NIN in that particular account, that was how the soldiers were able to locate him. So I think the next day after he killed her, he started to dig a grave and all of that. Said he even wanted to cut her head. Yes, I'm going to tell you guys as graphic as I saw it, because only me would not be traumatized. So he started to cut off her head, but he was like, he did not have the energy, or he did not have the mind for that. Like that's too much.
That would be too much.
That's like crossing the line. Like you can kill her, like, oh my god, cut her head. That's too much. Like that's oh my god, that's a monster right there. So it's like, you know what, he's not going to cut off her head. So he continued to dig the grave, and then he just buried her there. And then he said he felt bad because his mom and her mom were friends and all of that, and people are like, you did not feel bad when you killed her immediately. It was after, like, you still had in mind to even collect ransom. It's when you are caught now that you're saying that, you feel bad, and he's saying he doesn't know if he deserves forgiveness. That is this. Mind you, this young man, this is not his first time. This is not his first rodeo. He has killed his sister in 2020 and killed his ex-girlfriend in 2018, according to the report. So he's not a newbie. This is not his first murderer. This is not his first murder, and this is not his first victim. But now he's going to face the law, hopefully. And then he, this is his own side of the story, and he's saying he doesn't know if he deserves forgiveness. He pray God forgives him. But yeah, let's take a look at some of the comments while you catch your breath. When you reach there, ask God for forgiveness. You should face the consequences of his actions. That is between you and God. You didn't think twice before you unalive a whole human. That is between you and God. You didn't think twice before you unalive a whole human. You're not sure saying I ain't talk these things, so not allow anybody Sam Larry you. Get why? Because God will punish you and later forgive them. God has forgiven you already, but you yet live in the land of men and are bound by the laws of men, so your justice will be served twice. Bro, go and tell God that one. You dey craze, God punish you. You want to use reverse psychology, way. Do you know what is funny? If he asks God forgiveness, God will forgive him and he may even make it to heaven. God to the show mercy. If not me, I for that. Nigerians are something else. But I mean, it is what it is. What's your take on this?
It's actually very crazy. He has killed other people, but this is the first time he's been caught.
Yes, yeah.
It's really crazy because his friend. Why did he kill her? I think that's my biggest
problem. Why did he
problem.
kill who?
The girl.
The Christian girl. He wanted money.
No, but you kidnap people to get ransom. Give them back. That's how it works.
Yeah.
Why did you think of killing her first?
Yeah,
it's not like even if it was like that, he asked for the ransom, he kidnapped her, he asked for ransom,
she already bring knows the money. Who kidnaps, like you just understand, like most times one of the things that sells kidnap is anonymity. So if I don't know who my kidnappers are, I cannot come and say this person that kidnapped me. So for him too, I think that's the way he saw it, because obviously if he kidnaps her and returns her back, do you know? Say, hey, he's not that kidnapped you. Do you understand? She cannot simply say who kidnapped her and all of that. So I think that's like maybe the way he was thinking in that regard. Why am I making it? Why do I know why?
It's fine. You're just putting two and two together. Yeah, it's cool.
I don't want to have a criminal mind. This is the mind of Christ, please.
It is. Amen.
All right, let's move. Let's move to the next story. So this next story, this young man is advising people or advising men that you should do a DNA test while your partner is on the hospital bed. Like once they just drop the baby, once the baby has been dropped as a bombshell, I say yes, I'm in the earth. I'm on earth. Welcome to the world and everything. Do a DNA test immediately. And people have different reactions to it. But I want to know, what's your take on it? Because I have a very different take to DNA and whatnot.
Partner. Depends on what the definition of a partner is. Is a partner a wife? Or is a partner a girlfriend? That's one. Nah, just these men who matter. You don't tire me. Last time I was talking about baby mama. Now this one. I think... Number one, you shouldn't be having a child if you shouldn't be having a child with someone that you don't trust.
You don't trust, yes.
That is not your wife that you don't trust. Okay, you now come and have child with girlfriend. If you want to do DNA test, I don't say anything wrong with it. I don't. It just simply means that you don't trust your girlfriend. Yeah. That's simply what it means. But if that's what you want to do, no wala. I don't see anything wrong with it.
Personally, I don't see anything wrong with it. But I would also like to run DNA tests on my children immediately they are giving birth to. Because of swapping. Like this whole swapping babies at birth. They do Mara and Clara for me. Because I don't the hustle of my life. My pikin, make a bomb my pikin with silver spoon. So carry my pikin, go put plastic for your mouth. Do you understand? So I don't want any of that thing to happen to me or any of my children where I'm faced with responsibility of, because you don't even know. Now if you don't do that thing early in life, maybe tomorrow you and your husband begin get small issues now. So let's do DNA. And it's literally not your fault or whatever. Because most times you will first check, and then before you now check, and both of us we are not the parents of this particular child. So for me, because I don't want to have any Mara and Clara issue.
Oh my God.
Later on in life, so I want to run a DNA. I would like to do a DNA test on all my children, as many as God will give me, as many as I decide to have.
Even if it's your husband. Huh? Even if it's your husband.
Before, yes, of course. Immediately do the DNA test. God, this is your child. Sign here. This is your own child too. Sign here. Everybody rest. You know that this is your child. You live with the responsibility and everything. And I think one of the things is when you feel a certain level of distrust with your partner, we always want it to be messy. Because DNAs can be as discreet as possible. Nobody needs to know. Just carry the pikin hair, cut his hair for night, carry in speed. There are many ways you can get a DNA test. Nobody will know. So if you feel like, you don't trust your partner, this child may not be male, just carry it. Small, go, they will give you the test. 99.9% is your child, or 0% is not your child. When you carry that evidence, you now go, because you want to be messy, you don't trust this person again, you want to hurt their feelings in the process. That's basically the intention of this DNA test most times. You just want to hurt that person's feelings. You want to put the fact that you don't trust them in their face. Yeah. But because if you have second thoughts about, this child might not be my child, just go and do your DNA test on the low. If it's your child, good for you. Nobody knows. You go back and you hug your wife, only I missed you. Yeah. And everybody continues. But if it's not your child, you cannot say, who is the father of the child? It is what it is, really. And, to even do a two-factor authentication, you can even, do a DNA test on that child, on the mother of the child, too. Like
Okay.
carry the DNA of the mother, carry the DNA of the child, and all of you do DNA tests to be sure that it's also a child as well. That way you
Yeah, to
are
avoid the
fully armed.
swapping
Yeah, to
thingy.
avoid the swapping thing. That way you are fully armed. It's like it's not even rocket science, but then everybody wants to be wicked
Yeah.
and wants to show off. I heard a story of a particular the grandfather or the father-in-law was like he did not trust his son's wife. He just felt like the son's wife or Onagani low, like he just did not trust her. He just did not like her for any reason. So the man secretly went and did a DNA test on his grandchildren. Came out, it came out like negative, like the grandchildren were not his,
Okay.
so to say. No, the grandchildren were his, but like I forgot how it was. But the end of the story was that the man himself, the son is not his son. His own wife did paternity fraud on him.
Hey.
You see? This is why you have to mind your business in this life. Because now the man, not only is he not the father of the children, obviously he's also not the grandfather as well. So he has to now deal with minding his own business. Now let's take a look at some of the comments here. Humanity should not be ignored whenever we are making certain decisions. DNA fine, on delivering bread, no. I will agree, but from the minute you and I will start living like strangers, I won't trust you, don't trust me either. Please do if it's necessary, then they leave you when you broke too. Ladies, DNA is not your enemy, unfaithfulness is. Share your papa request from your mama, mumuma. Asking for DNA is different, but on delivery bread is insensitive. Don't turn a genuine issue to an insensitive one because of your foolishness. Brotherhood, manhood, and all the king's men are proud of you. Common sense is not common. Do people realize that you can actually carry out a DNA test without the knowledge of your partner? Exactly.
Yeah.
Take the samples to the lab, yours, baby, and wife. Carry out the test. If all says 99.99% compatibility, tear the paper there and then chop it and swallow it. If it's 0% compatibility, then all hell will let loose. But be ready for the consequence when your partner finds out about the DNA, especially when the result is 99.99% compatibility, because the partner no go get mouth to talk if it's 0%. That's really what it is. Like all this one always say, I need a DNA test. Why are you asking? Go and do it. Go and do it. Which is fine, provided your wife doesn't know about it. But if she does and the child happens to be yours, congratulations on winning your marriage. The way I see it, I don't necessarily think it's a bad thing. I don't think it's a bad thing. Like somebody said, DNA test is not the problem, unfaithfulness is. So I personally don't think it's a bad thing. I just feel like if you are second guessing, there are different reasons why people second guess. You look at your child and you're like, this child know they behave like we know they behave like your mama.
They look like
do you understand? Make me go check whether that child is like things happen. A lot of crazy things happen in the hospitals. I've heard of cases where I know we're joking about the Mara Clara situation, but I've heard of genuine cases where like they are looking for a male child in the hospital, and then the daughter gives or the woman gives birth to a female child, and then they go and look for another person that has a male child, and then they carry your son and give you another person's daughter. Do you understand? So cases like this happen, and you don't know. Most times, the genotype too. Both of you can be AA, and then they give you a baby that is AS, and you're like, okay. That's when all these kind of things come up. I think I watched a movie where the baby had malaria. The baby had, I've forgotten what it was. So they were treating the baby for malaria, but the baby is AS. I know they say AS people don't usually have malaria and all of that. They're like, why are you giving the baby? So they took the baby to the hospital because the baby was still getting sick and everything. Why are you giving? So doctor, we're giving the baby malaria medicine. I'm like, why are you giving him malaria medicine? It's AS. Like, it can't be AS. My wife is AA. I'm AA. So where did this baby come from? Like, do you understand? Where did the AS, where did the S come from? Where did it come from? And then they had to do a DNA test, and they realized that both the baby and the
mom and the dad,
both the mom and the dad were, they were not compatible and everything. So it is what it is, really. It's what it is. I really think that DNA should be done once you give birth to your child, just to be sure, just to be on the right path. And then tomorrow, if things start to go south, nobody's going to say, this is not my child, this is my child, that kind of thing. So it is what it is. But honestly, all this man and woman matter don't tire me. It's really, really tiring. So Daisy is a bidder and a content creator. How's that like?
It's nice. It's good. I think in the beginning I was struggling a bit, especially with the bidding part. But I'm doing well now. I make necklaces, waist beads, anklets, bags.
Oh, that's nice.
So yeah, I've getting a lot of orders recently. So yeah, and then content is just love. I just love making content. So yeah, that's that.
Are you on TikTok? What's your platform?
Instagram _Daisy_light_.
_Daisy_light.
Underscore.
Underscore. So underscore Daisy underscore light underscore. So it's
Yes,
mostly
that's my
only
Instagram.
on Instagram.
I am on TikTok though, Daisy Light.
Daisy Light.
Yes.
All right. So do want to follow her. She's an amazing content creator and a bidder too. So you can also definitely patronize her if you want necklaces, anklets, waist beads, any of those good stuff. Thank you once again for joining me. I had so much fun.
Thank you. Me too.
And of course, to you, our viewers, thank you very much for watching Afia TV Official today. Remember that Afia TV Official airs every weekday, 5:30 to 6 p.m. only on Afia TV. Do well to follow us on all our social media platforms at Afia TV Official. And of course, on YouTube, it's Afia Entertainment. My name is Favor Obinyaluba. Enjoy the rest of your day.